Okay, so you said Norfolk, which means that you're interested in learning more on how to move out of the port of Norfolk, so let's talk about it. So if you're serious about moving freight out of the port of Virginia, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're set up to be a drayage carrier. Now, the things that you need to be a drayage carrier pretty much goes hand in hand with every port out of our country. First thing you need, of course, is your MC and your USDOT number to be operating as a carrier in the United States. Then you need a SCAC code, which is a 4-letter port ID that tells the port who your trucking company is. If you don't have a SCAC code, you cannot gain access to any of the ports. You'll also need a TWIC card, which stands for Transportation Worker Identification Credentials or something like that. All of the drivers entering in and out of the ports, even as a guest, need to have a TWIC card to gain access. The next thing you'll need is UIIA Insurance, and it's pretty much almost the same as regular insurance when you're in trucking, like $1 million for cargo and $1 million for general liability. But UIIA allows you to move containers, and it just gives you an extra protection to be able to move containers from the port. So after you've done that, something that I feel like is very important is to get yourself familiarized with chassis. And there are a lot of options that you can do with chassis. So you can rent one from the port, you can buy one outright, or you can lease one and just finance it. I know this is a lot of information, but the last thing that I feel like is really important that a lot of carriers miss out on, which is getting their UIIA set up with all of the major steamship lines. So once you have your UIIA insurance, there's going to be a login, and basically you want to just go in and make sure that you are approved for all of the major ship lines like Evergreen, Maersk if you can, and even like Costco and things like that. MCS and Hapag-Lloyd are also really good steamship lines to be approved for. This is a major step because we've gotten approved for loads with different brokers and then come to find out that we can't even pull it because we aren't approved with that steamship line. So I feel like this is an important step for every drayage carrier, whether you're new or not, to make sure that you're approved with all of the major steamship lines out of that port. So the next thing that you need to do to move freight out of the Port of Virginia specifically is go to their website at portofvirginia.com and to get set up as a motor carrier to move out of that port. I'm actually going to show you guys right here. If you go to portofvirginia.com and you scroll all the way down if you're on a desktop, or more than likely if you're on your phone, you go to Operations Portal, and then you scroll down, you do the new motor carrier setup. This is where you'll be able to apply to move out of the Port of Virginia specifically. And if you guys have any questions or need any assistance with getting set up with the Port of Virginia specifically, comment setup and I'll be sure to assist you as best as I can. If you want to learn more about any port strategies, make sure that you follow. Thank you for watching, and as always, Asia Chanel taught you.